Hey folks, I'm Pete, and this is Pete's Eats Cooking Videos. Today, we're gonna make a delicious spinach quiche and a really delicious onion tart. You know, a couple of years ago, I was really fortunate. I was in Paris, and I went to this little restaurant. All they served was quiche, and we went and we had a fabulous quiche. It was delicious, but I'm gonna show you how to make even a better quiche in your own home. So let's begin. So what you're gonna need to make this spinach quiche and onion tart, what you're gonna need, these ingredients in the center you need for both. So let's talk about those first. You need cheese, and not any old cheese. You need Gruyere cheese. Here I bought a big brick at one of these big warehouse stores. Costco has it, and it's really the only ingredient that really costs anything here. You need butter for both. You need salt, obviously eggs, cream. I use 35% whipping cream, pepper, nutmeg. You can either buy the one that's already ground, or if you like, you can grind your own. I'll show you how to do that, okay? Now for the spinach quiche, you also need spinach, a little bit of white wine, and I'm going to use shallots. You can use regular onions minced up, or you can use green onions, whatever you want, but those are the only other ingredients you need for that. For the onion tart, you need obviously onions, a little bit of flour, and a little bit of oil. Of course, you'll need to make your pie crust. I put it in this Corning flan, which is a little bit bigger than a regular pie plate or a tart plate. You can find out how to make the crust right here in one of my other videos, and you can see all the ingredients in the bottom bar below. Okay, so let's start with the spinach quiche. I really love these boxes of spinach that are pre-washed, they're beautiful, and they're ready to go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take about 2 handfuls of this and chop it up into little strips. I'll show you how I do that. So that's about one good handful. Let's grab another good handful. And I'm just going to sort of scrunch it up as best as I can and hold it together, and then just chop it, let it out slowly, and chop it up. It's really a rough chop, so you don't have to panic if you don't get it exactly right. So there's my approximately 2 good handfuls of chopped spinach. I'm going to mince these shallots, and so what I'm going to do is just get the skin off. And now, just like an onion, I'm going to try and slice through, not quite all the way through, not quite all the way through, not quite all the way through. And I know it's a little bit maddening, but if you want to get it nicely minced, you really should dice it up nicely. And then really thin, as thin as you can. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take these and we're going to put them right in the frying pan. So I'll get all 3 of them done, and we'll meet you back at the stove. I'm going to just cook these shallots for a moment. I've got about 2 good tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to just soften them up for a minute or so. So let's get these softened up in the butter. The shallots are softening up nicely. I'm just going to give them a little bit of time. It won't take long at all. I definitely don't want them to brown. So these are softened up nicely. I'm going to put the spinach in now, the chopped up spinach. There we go. And I'm also going to add a little bit of white wine to help steam and soften that up. So I'm going to add about, I don't know, a 1/4 cup maybe of white wine, just a bit. So I'm going to put about a 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, and I don't want too much, salt, and about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, although I like pepper, so I'm going to put a bit more. There we go. And now we want to put a little bit of nutmeg in there. So I'm going to actually take a real clove of nutmeg and just grate a little bit in. So a little bit of nutmeg gives a really nice taste to any quiche or any French tart. You definitely want a little bit of that nutmeg flavor in there. So we're almost at the end stage here. You can see almost all of the liquid has been evaporated. So I want to get all of that liquid, or almost all that liquid, gone. I think I'm there right now. and you can see the spinach has reduced right down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this off the heat and just let it cool down while I roll out the dough. Okay, I have 3 egg yolks in the bowl, and I'm going to add 2 full eggs. These are large eggs. I'm going to also add a good 1.5 cups of 35% whipping cream. That goes in there as well. And also now the spinach that has been fried up and reduced right down. So there's the spinach to go in to make the spinach quiche. And the shallots are in there as well. So I'm just going to mix that up just a bit. It's going to be a beautiful green color to break those egg yolks up. And that's my mixture that goes into the form. Okay, so now I'm going to add a good cup of Gruyere cheese. I'm just going to put that right in the bottom of the tray. That's a good healthy cup of Gruyere cheese. I'm going to add the egg mixture to that and make sure I get all of it by scooping it all out, and away we go. That's a nice quiche. Give it a bit of a shake, and all I'm going to do to that is I'm going to add some little buds of butter, so maybe 3 or 4 little buds of butter right on top. I'm going to put it in the oven at 375 degrees, and it's going to be fabulous. So let's cut up this onion for the onion tart. I've got 3 large onions, and this is the way I cut them up. I go across like that, make a couple of cuts across, not all the way to the end. Then, this way and that way. Nice with the large knife, you can actually just put it right into the pan. I'm going to use 3 large onions, and I'll meet you at the stove in a sec. So now we want to get these onions frying. I've diced them up nicely. We've got 3 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to put about a tablespoon of oil as well in the mix here. It's a good tablespoon. I use sunflower oil, that's the oil I like. And we're going to let these go, and the thing is low and slow. I've got it on about a medium-high heat, and we're going to let it go low and slow. The important thing is get them nicely browned, but definitely not black. Okay, so here we go. Here are the onions. They've been frying for a good half hour, if not even 45 minutes. You really do have to bring them down slowly and get them to this beautiful brown state. Once they're here, I'm going to add about a tablespoon and a half of flour. I'm just going to cook that up for another minute in the frying pan just to get that flour heated up, and that's it, and then we're ready to assemble. Here we go with the onion tart. I've got 5 egg yolks in here, and I'm going to put 1 full egg. So 5 egg yolks and 1 full egg. We definitely don't want this one sort of as eggy as the quiche. And I've got almost a full cup of cream. Almost a full cup of cream. I'll put that in, and away we go. I'm going to mix that up just a bit. So what I like to do with the onion tart, it's not really conventional, but I like putting the onions in a layer along the bottom, okay? And so what I do is I put those beautiful caramelized onions all along the bottom, so it's like a layer of these golden, beautiful onions. And now I'm going to add the egg cream mixture. So there's the egg cream mixture, put it right in. Now this again is an onion tart. It's not a quiche, so it should be, in my opinion, more cheesy. So I'm going to again take about a good handful of the Gruyere, maybe 2 handfuls, make it really nice and cheesy. So just so it's all all of the egg mixture is covered. And now the last finishing touch, that was a really healthy cup, probably about 1.5 cups of cheese. Now again, I'm gonna put the butter dots all over the top of that, so 3 or 4, even 5 if you like, little butter dots, and she's ready to go into that 375 oven. Let's put it in. Here we go. Here's a beautiful, ouch, that's hot, spinach quiche and a wonderful onion tart. These are absolutely delicious. We like to eat them with a little bit of hot sauce. You can eat them any way you want. They're fabulous. Enjoy.